Hello, you trader nerds. Welcome into a wacky Wednesday. Look at this. What kind of motion do we have here? Looks like a tsunami. And 4,900 contracts, that's a little above average. VIX is at 14 and a half. AD is at a paltry 96. And looks like a range day to me. Nothing to see here. Where's the opening 15-minute range at? Where's that at? Must be down here. Look at this. Overnight high. Wow. This looks really bullish, doesn't it? The hourly mid-band is going up, and we're outside the opening range. So let's see if this is a range day or a trend day. I think it's a range day. Let's look at the big green monster and see what we see here. Okay, yeah, I would say range day, probably doing this. And remember, 20% line is going to be the battle line. So it's going to act as support and resistance. And we would expect price to come back on into here at some point and fill these little gaps as well in the near term, and then probably fill this out. So this is kind of a bearish looking chart to me. That's what I'm seeing here. Let's look at the linear regression and see if it gives us any indication of where we're going. Sign in there, and linear regression. We are still in a bull market, very much so, but we're down toward the bottom of the range, aren't we? So we would expect maybe a going down here and then a pop up as we continue our rise to the top. Now, remember, I don't think this has changed. We're still above the 200 daily moving average, which tells us that we should be 50% involved with our buying power, still way above that. And the 10 versus the 20 weekly exponential moving average, the 10 is above the 20. So we are fully engaged. Nothing to see here. So everything looks good. We're just having a little bit of a pullback, and we're up today. So good. So my order that I put in yesterday on Thinkorswim filled. So now I don't have a single position with Thinkorswim. That is amazing. So as I'm getting everything transferred over to our Tasty account. So that'll be interesting. And hopefully maybe this Friday, if we're at our Muscadine Mafia session, I'll have someone on to speak with you guys about IRA custodians. If you've ever thought about, hey, I'd like to trade my IRA without the restrictions of an IRA and trade them in a regular margin account, then perhaps that's something that you guys would be interested in. That's what I'm going to be doing with mine. I will combine those into one account into the Crimson Orchard Fund. All right. So everything looks really good. Let's see how we're probably down, though, on our net lick. So let's see how our net lick's doing today. So today is the 3rd. And it'll be interesting to see how long it takes me to get my Tasty account up and running full capacity. So let's see what we got in this little account. Let me open it up here on my little phone and see what our balance is. So we are at 45,287.25. 45,287.25. Fire up the fan, Rico.
Well, we're moving on now. We're moving on up to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Look at this, y'all. We're up almost 8% on the year. This is fantastic. Now, we're underperforming the market. We know that's the case. But, oh, look at this. As of wherever I had it last time, look, on Friday, we're down a little bit from Friday, but as of the end of March, we are up 8.84% through March. Isn't that very good? So the market's up 9.49%, and now we're up 7.76%. So everything looks really, really good. So let's see what our Gregson ratios are. So let's go find this account, and it should be this one, not this one. It should be this one, and not that one. All right, make sure I click off that, click on this one. There we go. So we are at 96 deltas, 81 theta, 96, 81, 96, 81. Beautiful. Look at that. 81. Great. And we said that VIX is at 14.5, and our buying power is, let's see, buying power is at 97%, so we don't need to count Bill. So let's see, positions here. Our buying power is 17,077. Boy, that bumped us up some, didn't it? Okay. So we're at 37%. Great. Groovy, groovy. All right. So now, let's see. Let's make sure we're not paying any interest. Let's see. Click on this balance. And a lot of times it'll tell you, if you've got margin interest that you owe here, and we do not. So this trade we look like we're really, really, really good. Though with putting on a new trade today, we might have to do away with some of the bill in order to do that. So we'll see if we do. We don't want to go over and have margin interest on that. So let's go in and see.
Bobby,
Yeah,
hey, why do you have a negative, go back to balance?
negative cash.
Yeah, negative cash and negative seller cash.
Yeah, I don't know. Negative cash, negative settle cash. I don't know.
That doesn't sound right, but
Yeah,
maybe
it
you
doesn't
want
sound right, does it?
to. Yeah.
Let's
maybe
see
you
this
wanna-
account. Let's see what this one does. Yeah, that one's got all positive cash. I'm not sure.
Hey, guys, Victor,
Hey.
that's a great question. I was about to click and ask the same thing. Bobby, is this one of the accounts that you just recently moved?
No, this is an existing account, the one that we've been going and hadn't made any changes to it. No, we haven't had any transfers in, any transfers out. It's just a very static account.
Okay, because that thing does look like you have a huge cash balance due. In
Should I
fact,
should I call them?
yeah, something weird's going on. This is the net lick account with the 40-something thousand in it?
Yeah, so we started at 42,000 this year, and then we're
Yeah,
at 45,287.
And then go back to your cash thing. It's
Mhm.
showing negative 72, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, something crazy is going on there for sure. I would definitely call them and ask. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is, Tasty uses Apex for clearing.
Yeah.
And we can go in and form and create an Apex login that lets you look a little deeper into this than just.
Uh-huh.
So that's something everyone can consider too. And you can just call Tasty and ask them how to do it, or search their help thing, how to create and log into my own Apex account. And that is very handy. It gives you like a second level of drill down on what's going on there, not your future specifically, but all the other settlement activity.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I need to do that.
I agree with Victor here. Something's weird and you should call him.
I'll call them and I'll try to report to y'all tomorrow to see what's going on. Godwin's got a good question. I read the trading plan, but how do you start? Godwin, you start with one tranche like I'm doing today. Now, Godwin, what size account are you trading? What's about a 5,000, 10,000, 25,000? What kind of account you got size? 5,000? Yeah, you would start with one tranche. And today's probably a good day to do it because we were down yesterday. And so we're up a little bit today, but I would definitely probably put on the tranche just like I'm doing today. So what you would do now in your account, you're probably going to be able to do one maybe every 2 weeks, once a week, something like that. So what you would do is just like I'm doing now, you would go to the macros and /MES, make sure you got futures permission, but I would do it in macros and then trade. And so then what we're doing is we're looking for 120 days out. So that's 13 away. That's 15 away. So let's do 107 days. And remember, I am now starting to put these into the trading plan, even though this used to be the freehand account, but it's got so complicated with all of these stupid black swan hedges that now I've got to put things in their proper place. So here we've got, you want to sell about the 25 delta, but I can't buy here and sell here because I'm long here. So I will buy where I've bought and sell where I've sold. So I'm doing a 55,000 for 785 or for 810, it looks like. Switched it around a little bit, $8. Let's see if we can get filled there. $8 on that one. There we go. So we got filled at 8. So 55,000 for $8. Let's put that in our trade. Now, we don't have all of our trades here because I'm just now starting. So we're going to do MES and we're going to do MES here. And so this will be one contract and PDS 2. That means this is my second PDS that we've actually keeping up with. And then we'll do one naked put as well. or they could put 2. Sorry, hold on a second. And then this was the 55,000 puts. And then this is debit spread. And what was it? 113 days? 107 days. Yes, let's put that in 107 days. Go slow in your positions, God. When the account size is small and you won't be able to hold too many positions at a time. That's correct. You got to go slow, and you got to be a little more, you got to have a little more discretion when you put these trades in too, because you want to make sure that you're not putting them all in on up days. I mean, I would put those in on down days and do it very, very slowly, because you can probably only have a number of 3 or 4 positions with that size account. You don't want too many positions on. So we did that, and we said we got filled at $8. Okay, so now let's go sell the naked. And we'll go down to about a 10% probability of being in the money. Now, interesting here. I've got all kind of nakeds all in here. So I can go to the 10% probability money. I can sell one where I've already sold. So let's do the 47.50. So let's sell that for $31. There we go. So we got filled for $37. Wow, that's amazing. I'm still thinking I'm going to get rid of some of my bill because it says I'm using 105% here. Let's see if that changed my cash balance anything. No, maintenance excess is still 953. But let's put in, we sold the here, let's see. I wish this thing would update all the time, but it doesn't. So we sold for $31. We sold the 47.50 for $31. 47.50 for $31. And we'll make those the puts. And then this is a naked 107 and 4,324. That's it. That's how you do it. But yeah, with that size account, you just got to go slow, Godwin. Got to go really slow. So that's got it in. Let's see if we can see if I need to start grouping these things together, right? So let's see what our positions are. And we need to start grouping these things. Now, let me get rid of a few of these shares of Bill just for the heck of it. Let's see. So let's say close position. And if we closed, I don't know, 25 or 30 shares just to get rid of some of these. Just get
I
rid
think
of.
that's Bobby. I
Yeah.
think that your problem is you have way too many bill, because I think buying power usage only counts like 25% of that. How many shares you have? 1,300 or something?
1,300 or so. Yeah, I got a lot, don't I?
Yeah, so you have 117,000 worth of bill. So you're paying margin on all of that cash at 11%. So you need to cut down significantly.
Let me sell 100.
I'd sell the whole 70,000 worth.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know what you just sold. What did you just sell, Bobby? Like
I sold 125 right there.
All right, so go back to your BAL.
Mm-hmm.
You need to sell like 600 more, 550 more shares or something. 600 shares, give or take.
Really? Now, what's this though, Ed?
Yeah.
What's this? It was in this account. Look at this. Pending margin interest. When I closed that, this one showed that I had margin interest in it. But this one, the account that we're trading now, does not show that.
It doesn't, but it looks like you're about a day behind from getting hit with that margin charge. And
Okay.
so I agree with Victor.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
Ed, I know exactly what's happening now, because the thing you need to separate is margin versus the actual cash that you're using to buy these. So you can buy them, and your margin will only count 25% after it settles against your buying power. So it's going to look like you're using only whatever 100% of your account, but multiply that by 4 to get what you're actually using in cash, which you don't have. So they're giving you this cash to carry to buy these bill shares, and then they're charging you interest. So realistically, if you have a 45, let's say, what is it, 45,000 on this, you shouldn't be using more than probably 80% on a higher, on the 80% of that to buy bill. So that's that's maybe 35, 40 grand in total
Good.
to buy the bill. So
And you're still gonna be short here, yeah. So you need to sell, 60 more shares.
60 more shares, 60?
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
uh-huh. And then
okay.
you'll barely be cash positive.
Okay, let's do
And
that.
I hear and appreciate what Victor's saying again as well. But from a very simplistic standpoint, like you need to just cover the negative amount with whatever bill you have that you need to cover it with and make your cash balance positive.
Mm-hmm.
The buying power relief and all that is a valid observation. So you're barely cash positive by 255 whopping dollars.
Yeah,
It's
but
better than not, but you're better holding it like this into tomorrow. And I don't know if you need to call them or not, but you need to monitor this because any kind of down move in your positions is going to create another cash shortage here that you need. And then,
That's
the bill throws off excess margin, but not for futures. The futures need their own cash. And since you're really a heavy futures trader and barely essentially don't trade anything but futures, you don't do indexes or equity options. You need the actual cash for your futures trades.
So I just need to keep an eye on this, don't I?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Just kind of keep my cash positive.
Yep. And then Bobby, you and your subs, go look at how to create an Apex account. I think you'll find it interesting and informative.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Now, do we just Google that or do we, how do we do that? Or we do it through Tasty Trade or what?
Yeah, hold on. I'll find a link and drop it.
Oh, good. That would be helpful. We're too lazy here, Ed. We need your assistance.
Lazy's always good. We all like to be lazy.
Ed, how your accounts doing? Everything good? You printing cash?
Yeah, I'm trending under the market, but that's me. You know me.
Godwin, you probably on your size account, you probably don't even do the BSH. You should only have a maximum of 3 or 4 112s. I don't think you really got enough account balance to do the BSH. Your ultimate hedge is going to be your size. That's what I would think. All right, Ed's going to drop that, so we'll hang around for that. But
I just dropped it, so it's
good.
Live chat, and just click right on that link. It'll bring you how to create an Apex account. And again, Apex is who clears for Tasty Trade, so it gives you more detail than just that BAL. But on a very simplistic level, that BAL, you want to make sure your cash is always positive. If it's not, you need to liquidate some fixed income to get it cash positive again. You would have seen tomorrow that they're going to charge you, and I don't know what happened today. I signed on late, but I don't know. Something's creating a pretty big cash shortage there, and this clears it up. So you're all good to go. Now, in that account, Bobby, you might have some to deploy into bill. Like you got 171,000 in cash.
Yeah,
that looks like you could buy 12 or 1,300 worth of bill in that account.
Yeah.
And be okay. But again, I don't know exactly what's going on under the surface, what you've been doing, what, like why is that cash bounce up? But that does kind of say it looks like it has some available cash that can be stuffed away.
Good. Now, this is great information. This is very good. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. I will see everybody tomorrow. Y'all be good.